Thank you for joining us today at Miniature Wargaming Labs. Well, today we'll be looking at the CyberpunkRed Jumpstart 1 set, manufactured by Monster Fight Club. So when you buy this, it comes in the mail in a cardboard box, no fancy packaging here. You'll get all your minis in a bag, and you won't get assembly instructions, but you will get this warning. So read this first. This will tell you how to work with this type of plastic to put these models together. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so I finished assembling the Jumpstart Set 1 here. And something I wanted to bring up is that these models were made for a Cyberpunk RPG. But I saw them and they fit the visual aesthetic of the Cyberpunk Miniature Wargaming Rule Reality's Edge just spot on. Dead on with the artwork. So I was like, I've got to check these out. And I'm glad I did. So $30, 5 models, so you're looking at $6 a model, which is a really good price for the quality of these sculpts. And they're very tough. I've dropped these several times and they've held up very well. And they all fit different characters in Reality's Edge. So this right here be one of my enforcers with shotgun. This I'll probably set up as my infiltrator, since he's wearing a trench coat. It means he's a spy. Naturally, punk rock girl, rocking the double guitar. Wish it was a keytar, but this will be a mask. This one right here, probably use as a, could probably double duty as a drone jockey or a console cowboy. I love what they did with his dreads. They actually made it so you could paint it up to look like cabling coming out of his skull. So paint this a metal color and maybe tint it blue, but very well done on that. And this boy, big boy right here, undoubtedly a cyborg. He's got a big whacking tool right there. Flamethrower, arc. Actually looks like an arc welder or some type of welder tool. But very well done. What I like about these models, that a lot of them, is that there's not actually a standard height amongst all the figures. So you get that variation in human height. Some people are taller, some people are shorter. Makes a lot of sense there. But since we're talking about height, let's talk about scale. So when I started in Reality's Edge, I committed to a 28mm scale. But these models are taller than 28mm. It means you can put a lot more detail, they're easier to paint, but a lot of the collection that I've started assembling for Reality's Edge will not perfectly blend. I mean, I can still use 28mm. I mean, it's my game, do what I want. But when you compare 28mm to some of these guys, they're definitely, the CyberpunkRed is definitely head and shoulders taller than the 28mm. Then I thought, what about games of Fallout? You know, that works pretty well. These guys are beefier, but you know, they're probably better fed than the Fallout guys, and the bases are very close. So it's workable. The ones where they really just blend seamlessly in are Knight's Models Batman miniature game, the 35mm scale. So if I start wanting to play games of Cyberpunk Batman, I have the models to do it. And just for comparison side, let's throw in MCP's 40mm range. And you definitely see Captain America is head and shoulders above the Cyberpunk model. But otherwise, very beautiful collection. It was alright to clean. Some of the mold lines are, if you follow the instructions of, don't file, some of the mold lines can be a pain to scrape off. but there's not many of them, and honestly, you could probably paint it around them so you wouldn't even notice them. But well done. Thank you for joining us at Miniature Wargaming Labs, and we'll see you next time.